Testing. Starting a YouTube channel called The Cornucopia, and I will be cooking and doing hair, my hair and her hair, and also I make lotions and toothpaste and all kinds of good stuff. So who knows what I will be doing, but my very favorite thing to do is eat. I'm a foodie and I love mukbangs. So it'll be a lot of good eating on here. Just home life, kind of just homemaking, and let's see what we can learn together. Test run, 1, 2, 3. Let's see where I should be looking. I think I should be looking there. Hopefully it's a good shot of the kitchen. And
that is good light.
Yeah, it's very good light. I think that is.
This is the stove.
Enough light. Alright, I think that's good. Put that light on too and see if there's any difference. Yeah, that's even better. I think. We'll see. Alright. The Cornucopia, take 1. Testing. I'm about to make macaroni and cheese. That's out of the shot. Some greens, canned greens. Hot. Put this up. Need my milk. This is a good one. I wish I had something bigger to put the macaroni and cheese in. I wonder, do I need to change clothes for each dish? Probably do. Let's see. 5. I'm recording. Alright. So let's see if that works. Hey you guys, welcome to the Cornucopia. I am going to be cooking macaroni and cheese, scratch 3 cheese macaroni and cheese. And if you guys want to hang out with me, come on in. So first I want to tell you a bit about the channel. This is my first video, and I will just be doing at-home mom stuff, which will be cooking, crocheting, hair, makeup. I do acrylic nails and all those types of things. So you'll be on an adventurous ride with me if you're game. But today we're going to be making 3 cheese mac and cheese. And every time I come on, I think I probably just want to talk about just whatever pops to mind, and I have a conversation with you guys, and share some things that I've learned, and hopefully you can share some things that you've learned with me, so we can grow and learn together. So anyway, here we go. So for the macaroni and cheese, of course, you want to boil your water. Put on a large pot of water and get it boiling. We'll salt this water, and I want it as salty as the sea, because it seasons your macaroni. It seasons your pasta. So you don't have to put that much salt in your, you don't have to put that much salt in your cheese. So while that is getting ready to boil, I've got the salt in it already. What I'm going to do is put my butter in my saucepan and let it melt. to start making my roux. And I don't know if you guys make scratch macaroni and cheese, but to me it's the best. It's the best that I enjoy. Me and my daughter enjoy. I have a 5-year-old beautiful little girl, and she claims to love my cooking. So I figured I'd just share it with you guys, other mothers, or whoever else wants to, whoever else likes to cook at home all the time. So I'm using white cheddar, smoked Gouda, and some sharp cheddar cheese. I think I threw the wrapping away already. But some extra sharp cheddar cheese. Those are the 3 cheeses I love to use because they are delicious to me. But you can use whatever cheeses that you enjoy. So I'm going to melt about 4 tablespoons of butter. And once that melts, then I'll add my flour. And I'm making this roux because what the roux does is I'm going to bake the macaroni and cheese, and it stops the fats from separating from the cheese while it bakes, so you don't see greasiness in your macaroni and cheese. All right. And when you are making a roux, you want to use the same amount of butter as you do flour. So I use 4 tablespoons of butter, so I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of flour also. If I can find my tablespoon measuring cup. Let's see. Also, if you guys have any other way that you love to make macaroni and cheese that is delicious to you, send me a comment down below and let me know how you make it, and I might try your recipe next time. And there, I'm hiding from me. Alright, so I got my tablespoon measuring cup right here. Get this butter good and melted. Now we are going to do our 4 tablespoons of flour. One. 2. 3. 4. That one was a little bit short. Alright. Now we're going to incorporate this until it is all one consistency. Everything is nice and bubbling. And again, this helps it, if you're going to bake the macaroni and cheese like I am. I need to get my oven on 375. If you're going to bake your mac and cheese like I am, this is going to help the greases not separate in the oven while you're cooking. Oh, and while that's happening, let me just show you. I am eight months pregnant. That would be exactly 32 weeks. So if I seem a little bit out of breath, that is why this little munchkin is taking up all of my energy all day, every day. So I am lucky to be moving around, actually. Anyway, so that's my little girl. She is due September the 3rd, but I don't think we're going to make it that long. I think she's going to come at the end of August, so we'll see how it goes. I'll take you guys along for the ride. If you're game, I'm having an at-home birth, and with a midwife, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully very smoothly. So now I want to add my milk. And if you're wondering why I'm going off camera here, I have my trusty recipe here. I love Pinterest. I pin everything that I think I want to eat, and I just get the ingredients and cook it. Believe it or not, that butter and flour smells delicious. Very nutty once you cook it up a little bit. So now I'm going to do 3 cups of half and half and a cup of heavy whipping cream. Well, let's see. I think I may just do 2 cups of half and half and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. 1. That's 2 of my half and half. Let's do all 3 half and half. Why not? And once I add the cheese, you don't want your cheese to be thick. It's going to look a little runny and milky, but once you bake it and it cools down, it'll thicken up a lot. So you definitely don't want a rubbery macaroni and cheese. You want it nice and creamy. Nice and creamy. So that's what we are going for today. Hopefully we achieve it. Let's see. Looks like this water in the back is about to boil. So once that gets boiling, I'll put my elbow macaroni and cheese in. Turn the fire on this up. I wish it was fire. It's not. They're just the little burners. If you can see that. One day I'll have a stove. A gas stove But today is not that day, so for today, we're going to work with these burners. I don't know if y'all can hear that TV in the background, but my daughter is watching Booba on Netflix. We went to her girlfriend, one of her best friend's house, and they were watching that, and she fell in love with it, so now I'm stuck with Booba. So we have our milk in there. We turn the heat up on the stove to get that cooking good. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me get you guys down off of here so I can show you. Let's see. Can you see that? It needs to come up to a boil. Then I'll take it off and add the cheese. That is almost boiling. You see that? Steaming. So, okay, so I have no idea what happened. My camera just cut off. But anyway, on this channel, we're going to keep it 100% real. Like I said, I am a single mother of 2 lovely girls, one who is 5 and one who is on the way. And, you know, for pregnancy for me is, I love being pregnant. I love carrying life inside my womb. That is the best thing ever, I think. And, yeah, so I enjoy being a mother and all of that. And there will be times where I'm tired, which is all the time since I'm pregnant. For some reason, pregnancy, gives me extreme fatigue. So today, I've been extremely busy, and I'm running on pure adrenaline right now. Otherwise, I would have been passed out by now. But anyway, I needed to get this video done. So for any of you guys who are out there who are trying to start your YouTube channel, and you're waiting on the perfect time to do it, to get the right rest, the right time, the right environment, the right whatever it is, it's more than likely not going to come. You're not going to get enough confidence or whatever it is to just jump out there. So just do it. Just do it. And do your best and see what comes of it. So anyway, I don't know if you guys heard me talk about stirring the pasta, but for those of you who are neophytes to cooking, you have to stir your pasta so that it does not stick. You do not want your pasta stuck to the bottom of the pot or stuck to each other. And I need to cut that heat down so that this pasta will not stick to the bottom of this pot. And I think this pot here is a Rachel Ray pot. They're beautiful. I think it's Rachel Ray, but I think it sticks a little bit more, and then you have to hand wash it because of all of the beautiful artwork on the outside. You can't really put it in the dishwasher, which is a big deal for me because I also homeschool. So yeah, my time is very limited. So the dishwasher is most definitely my best friend, especially since I cook every day. We don't eat any fast food, and I really believe in eating natural stuff, stuff that grows out of the ground, the way that God intended it to grow. That's what I live by. That's what I raise my daughter by. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys. This is what works for me. This is what I love. This is what I live by and believe in. If you don't, I'm glad whatever you're doing works for you. And that's great, but I'm just going to share whatever it is that I know. And hopefully somebody will find it useful. So anyway, I believe in cooking from scratch because I was raised by my grandmother, who is still alive. She is 97 years old, and growing up, she cooked for me 7 days a week, 2 hot meals a day, and she cooked like it was Sunday every single day. I got desserts and snacks like strawberry shortcake and peaches and cream and all kinds of just good yummy stuff that she made for me to snack on from fresh food. Fresh strawberries, fresh peaches. And I was blessed to be able to live under that type of motherhood from my grandmother. So I share the love that my grandmother gave me with my daughter. And that's what I believe in. That's how I want to raise my family eventually. I'm believing God for a house right now. Hopefully I'll be able to move into a house not too long after I have my daughter. And I want to have my own garden. I want to grow my own food. And as much as I can. And teach my children how to garden and how important it is to have fresh food. Because now, you know, they call things organic and they're actually not organic at all. They're hydroponic, or they still have some genetic modification. And like I said, we don't eat fast food at all. We eat restaurants, but not very often. I mostly just cook. So I don't have anything against restaurants. I love restaurants. My daughter loves certain restaurants. So I don't have anything against restaurants, but I believe in eating on a 70-30 diet. If you haven't heard of that, let me tell you about it. Okay, on a 70-30 diet, let me give you a little background on that first of all. I was in court reporting school for about 3 years, and I live in Dallas, Texas, and in my court reporting school, at the time that I went, they were like #1 in the country, so they hired real doctors, real attorneys, and things of that nature to teach us in our terms, because we had to learn lots of different words and word parts and the definitions of the words and things like that. And their theory was that if we learn all of that, it's easier to write words that you know how to spell and and what they mean, because it makes better sense to you. Your brain works faster to process it, which makes you be able to move your fingers faster. And in order to graduate, you have to be able to steno write at 250 words a minute. So anyway, in my medical terms class, we had this doctor who was a holistic doctor, and he taught us about eating and how food. He gave us basically like a nutrition class 101. All right, so this milk. Let me move you guys a little closer. This milk is starting to bubble now. And so, I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to bubble now, so I'm going to remove it from the heat and start to put my cheese in there. And once I remove it, I'll cut the temperature down on the stove. Yeah, you see that it's got a good boil to it. So we're going to put that over here. Grab my cheese. This is about 6 cups of sharp cheddar, smoked Gouda, and white cheddar cheese. We are going to slowly incorporate that. yummy, delicious cream. And you do not want this to splash on you, so be very careful. If it splashes on you, you will regret it. Believe me. So that's about all I'm going to put in there for right now. I'll mix that around and see if I need to add some more in a minute. I think the rest of that I'll use just for topping, and I might make a few layers like lasagna style to make sure that we have some good cheesiness through and through. Let me cut this down to number 2. And once I feel like that has, that eye has cooled down, I'll get this back over there. And then I want to put my seasoning in here, because you do not want your macaroni and cheese to be bland. I love all of my food full of flavor. And so for seasonings, I am going to use garlic powder. I'm going to use garlic powder, onion powder. I'll taste it and see if it needs any salt. It probably doesn't, because my noodles are going to be salty enough. I'm going to use a little bit of nutmeg and black pepper. I'm not sure if I said onion powder already. And a little bit of Dijon mustard. It gives it a little extra something that I love. So maybe you'll love it too. Oh my God, that looks so good. Look at that. Look at that cheese. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I think I might need a little bit more milk. I'm not sure. Oh my God, that looks delicious. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. That's how you want your cheese to look. It's not completely melted and incorporated yet, but yeah, that's the consistency that you want, because once it dries, it will thicken, I promise you. And it'll be like rubber. It'll taste good, but it'll chew like chewing gum. And that's not what you want. You don't want it to chew like chewing gum. You want it to be nice and creamy in your mouth. So I'll keep stirring that until all the cheeses are completely incorporated. You don't want to see any streakiness of any cheese. I saw some streaks of that yellow cheddar in there, so that means it's not completely incorporated. So we just want to stir that and get all that good cheesiness completely incorporated. I'm going to test one of these pieces of macaroni. I'm quite sure that it's done. And I always forget to preserve some of my pasta water, but I'm not going to forget this time. Let's see. Oh, that's perfect. So we're going to cut that off and get that off of the fire. Is that too hot? Nope. Alright, so that's ready. We're going to get that off of the fire. I am going to find something to put my pasta water in. just going to ladle some out of here. Just in case if I need it, if my cheese sauce gets too thick. And when I'm making spaghetti also, I like to keep some of my pasta water to add to my spaghetti sauce if for whatever reason it gets too thick, or I use tomato paste also in my scratched spaghetti sauce. And, well, I guess it's not really scratch if you're using canned paste, but anyway. I always use the pasta water rather than regular water. You get that extra flavor. Okay, we'll set that to the side for just in case. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so now, let's get back to stirring this cheese for just a second before I strain this macaroni. So if you guys have any questions about me, I know I'm new to YouTube, so ask me whatever you want to ask, within reason. Be respectful, of course. I'm a mother. But if there's anything you'd like to ask, please ask, and I'll try my best to answer every comment. Alright, so I strain this macaroni. So, we got this pasta strained. Now, what I want to do now is get this cheese seasoned. Like I said, you don't want your macaroni to be bland. The cheese is good by itself, but extra seasoning just gives it a little extra something. So, we're going to do about, and I recommend that you season this to taste. I don't want to tell you exactly how much season to put in yours, because I love garlic, I love black pepper. And that might be too peppery for you, or it may be too garlicky for you. Maybe you're cooking for someone and you don't want your breath all garlicky. So if that's the case, then you just season it the way that you know that you like it. But I love, it's just me and my daughter, and if I need to, I'll brush my teeth after, so no worries. So we're going to put probably about a teaspoon of black pepper. I have to shake up my mustard. I hate that little liquid stuff that comes out on top. Put about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Excuse me. Put about a tablespoon of onion powder. And these are, I try to use as much organic as I can, but sometimes the good old, and I love me some Lawry's. unless I'm using sea salt. I don't use regular table salt. I always use sea salt. And some garlic powder. Gives it that good flavor. I don't need that much of that. Probably about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I put a little bit more than that because that's what I like. And I think I'm going to throw some paprika in there. With that good smoky paprika flavor. Just a little bit. About a teaspoon of paprika. And I'll get all that goodness mixed up in there. And then we'll give it a taste. And I always like to, you see me scraping my sides down? I love to keep my sides scraped down so nothing sticks and overcooks. You do not want that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I am starving, of course. So is my baby girl. But so for tonight, I think I'm going to do it in segments because I am making macaroni and cheese. Now, I like to buy fresh greens, but I did not this time. I got the good old glory collards. I'll be making that. I think I want to fry some chicken. I don't know if I want to fry it or pan sear it. I saw Quang Tran. I hope I'm saying his name right. I saw Quang Tran. I watch his channel, and he can cook the devil out of some fried chicken. And he got me wanting fried chicken. I don't think I've made fried chicken since my daughter's been born. And she's 5. And she does not eat meat, by the way. So we don't eat a lot of meat around here. But since I'm pregnant, I try to eat a little bit of everything. I don't think that meat is bad for you. I believe in everything in moderation. I think I skipped a tangent. I was trying to tell you guys about my 30-70 diet. So anyway, with the doctor who was teaching us about how to live holistically, he was telling me about, and a little bit of nutmeg, just a pinch. And so he was telling us that, oh my gosh, this smells so good, Lord Jesus. He was telling us that everything in nature, God put his sign in nature. Every fruit looks like what it helps. And then he made us watch Super Size Me. That had just come out then. Let me get a spoon so I can taste this. And so they were, they had some doctors talk about, he went on a McDonald's binge. Oh my God, that's good. Oh. I think it needs a little bit. Let me see, what does it need a little bit of? I want to say a pinch of salt. I'm just going to give it a little pinch. Oh my God, this is delicious. I feel like I want some more black pepper. Let's get that worked in so that good flavor is through and through. But anyway, this guy went on for those who have not seen it, it was on Netflix. You could probably still find it on Netflix. But this guy went on a McDonald's binge, and he ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days straight. He went to the doctor and got an exam before he did that, and then he went during and after. And he gained a lot of weight. He got high blood pressure. His cholesterol went out of control, and he went into pre-diabetes. Just on 30 days of nothing but McDonald's. Plus he gained a crap ton of weight. So at that, but he taught us a lot more things. But anyway, at that point, I cold turkey quit. Fast food and sodas and all of that stuff. And I've been living holistically ever since. I don't take any medicine at all. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 next month. This is July I believe it's the 19th right now. But I'll be 41 in August. So I'm not on any type of medicines at all. I'm perfectly healthy. My daughter's perfectly healthy. And we just live off of food. You really are what you eat. Okay, I rinsed off my spoon so I can dig back in here. Let's see what this tastes like. It's so rich and creamy. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I think I still want a little bit more paprika. A little bit more onion powder. Smidge more garlic powder. And should I put onion powder down there? I feel like I did. Yeah. Alright. Oh. A little bit more seasoning salt. I think I'll be done with the seasoning this time because I did season my pasta. And so what I'm going to do after I get this incorporated is just pour this right on top of that pasta and get it all mixed in before I put it in my baking dish. Excuse the lean, you guys. I am tired and my tummy is hurting. And I'm starving. And my baby is starving. So. And we are night owls. We are night creatures. We we are up all night and we sleep during the day. So I get all of my work done at night and we sleep during the day. So that's how it works for us. Since I homeschool, thank goodness, I'm able to do what is best for her rather than making her get on whoever or whatever else's schedule. I feel like your body knows when it's tired and when it's sleepy, and I think that, you know, for us in my house, I think we should sleep when we're sleepy. And fortunately, God has blessed me to be able to do that. Alright, so let's rinse this spoon one more time. And give this another taste test. That's it. Come taste, baby. She is off camera. We'll introduce her in another day. Here.
It tastes like potato.
It tastes like potato. Is it good?
You go great with macaroni and cheese.
Yes. Okay. So, got my #1 taste tester. She said it was pretty good. Oh, goodness. All right. So, it's it's time to pour these babies together. All right. I'm gonna switch this over here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. And let's see. I think I need to moisten up this pasta a little bit. So I think it got a little dry. See how important this pasta water is? It's so much better than using just water out of the hydrant. And I have a purifier on my hydrant water. I just don't. Ever since Flint, Michigan, they taught me a valuable lesson on trusting city water. And plus, you know, the water has chlorine and stuff like that in it too, which they've done studies and tests and found, you know, medicines, residuals from different medicines in there. And that's just not something I want in my body. I don't want it in my children's body. So, see, I like this rubber spatula because it gets all of it. I am very conservative on ingredients. I hate to waste stuff. I want every little drop of this yummy goodness on my food and not down the drain. Waste not, want not, right? So, let's get all of that out of there. And you'll learn that I am a teensy bit OCD. So I like things to kind of be just so. But the good thing is I control it. It doesn't control me. I let it. Oh my gosh! Look how good that looks. Can y'all see that? Look how good that looks. Look at the consistency of that. That is what you want. That's what you want. Okay. So, anyway, I'm a little bit OCD, so I enjoy things being a certain way. I like all my labels turned out. Things of that nature. I hate to see hair laying on the floor or, you know, around the sink or whatever it is. And being a girl, of course, when we comb our hair, we know our hair does shed. So I'm constantly trying to get hair off the floor. Or just comb my hair in a way that it doesn't, you know, go everywhere. Just into my comb, and then I can easily take that out. Oh my God, that looks delicious. Alright, so now I want to grease my baking dish. Excuse me. And I can already tell that this is going to be way too much for this. So, let's see how we're going to remedy that. Put a little butter in the bottom of this dish and get my spoon and just spread that good stuff out. All over that. Can you see that? Just spread all that butter all over your surface. And for the record, I do the same thing with my pies. I love to butter the bottom of my pie dish. Depending on what type of pie it is. One of my favorite pies is peach cobbler. And I think I'm going to make a cherry pie for you guys one day. all from scratch, of course. And I make my peach pie, but it'll be fresh peaches. All right. I think I got that all greased up. You don't want anything to stick. And when I put this in the oven, it's just probably going to be for about 20 minutes because everything is already cooked. We just want it to melt all together, get ooey gooey, and form a little crust on top. So, let's see how much of this is going to fit into this first dish. I'm just going to spoon it in there. And can you see that? Me spooning it in there, I just want to fill the bottom, and then I'm going to put a little bit of my shredded cheese on top of it because I have quite a bit of that left. And then I'll put another layer of macaroni. So I know it's already cheesy, but we just want to give it a little extra. A little extra cheese never hurt nobody. In moderation, of course. This is not something you want to cook once a week for sure. I probably make this maybe once a quarter, I guess. There's so many things to cook, you really don't have to cook the same thing over and over and over. So I don't. I love variety. Variety is definitely the spice of life. And we like to satisfy our taste buds in this house. Get that good cheesiness all over. Yum. I can't wait to eat this. So of course, once I get this in the oven, I'll come back and let you guys see the end result. All right, that's enough. I'll get my second layer. One of them got away. I'll eat that one. He didn't want to go in the pot. That's all right, he got 8 anyway. I'm just going to spoon that right over that layer of shredded cheese. And I used to do it with, once I pull it out, you can put a layer of crispy bacon, fresh fried up, fry you up some bacon. Throw it right on the top of there. But like I said, we don't eat that much meat, but sometimes I do it. And if I were to do that, my daughter, like I said, does not eat meat. So I would just bacon up the portion that's going on my plate. All right. This good old cheese on top. This is some loving cheese. It's stuck together. I shredded it off camera because that's no fun, just watching somebody shred cheese for 30 minutes. Don't ask me why I didn't buy the cheese that was already shredded up. I just didn't, all right? So I had to shred it up myself, which I don't mind. Cooking food is a labor of love, and the more love you put in it, the better it tastes, the way I feel. I think food tastes better when you use your hands, and it's not like I'm in a restaurant. I'm cooking for me and my baby. So, but yeah, So this is my baked macaroni and cheese about to go in. You want all of this goodness in the pot, not in the sink. You know, who doesn't serve in there, right? We want that good stuff to get in our tummies. Alright. So, yeah. That's what you want. That's that goodness. Oh, let me get some Parmesan to sprinkle on top. Sprinkle a little black pepper. I love, love, love black pepper. Like if you ever see me make a salad or a sandwich, it's going to look like the top fell off the black pepper because I love black pepper. Okay. Put a little bit of paprika on top. This is just for like color as well as flavor. Presentation. Oh, it's going to make me sneeze. Put a little bit more onion powder on top. Just a little sprinkle. That good flavor. And that first bite. Oh, smells so good. Somebody needs to come up with smell-o-vision. And these parsley flakes, these dried parsley flakes. I used to grow my own herbs, but since I live in an apartment, and I went out of town one time, briefly, for about 3 days. I came back and it was all dead. So much for that. I'll have to wait until I get a house to grow my herbs. My green thumb isn't as green as it should be, but I'm learning. So anyway, in to the oven this goes. Doesn't that look delicious? And you guys, I line my oven with foil. That helps to preserve the cleanness of the bottom of your oven. When that gets all dirty, you ball it up and throw it away and put another piece down there. You don't have to worry about all that scrubbing and extra cleaning and stuff. Just a quick kitchen tip for you guys. I am going to start the timer on this just to make sure I don't overcook it. As much time as I spent making this, I would cry for a week if I overcooked this. Okay. Timer on 20 minutes. I'll see you guys back in 20 minutes. Okay, so you guys, it has been about 15 minutes. And look at that. I had to put a baking dish under it because it was bubbling over. But when it starts bubbling and getting brown like that on top, see, that's why that's good down there. Because it started bubbling over and that would have been a mess to clean up. But anyway, that's what you want it to look like. You want it to be bubbly and brown goodness on the top. So that is about to come out of there. Okay, so that was a bit much for that pot, so this was perfect to handle the rest of it. That one is done. I'm going to take that one out and put this one in. You get to see it coming out of the oven in all its yummy goodness glory. Oh, it's going to be delicious. Oh, yeah. Ooh. have a slightly crunchy top to it, kind of like pizza cheese, since I put that shredded cheese on top. The other one goes into the sauna to get ready. Whew. Your girl is tired. Trust and believe. Okay, so this is it. Voila. Our delicious and yummy macaroni and cheese, scratch 3 cheese, macaroni and cheese. And when it cools down, well, yeah, I got a few more things to cook. I'll probably do that on camera on another video. But for now, thank you guys for coming into my kitchen with me and watching me cook and breathe hard and ramble and forget what I'm talking about and come back to it. But anyway, I love you guys, and whoever's watching, may God be with you. May the grace and peace of God be with you, and let it be and within our home, from our home to yours. Love you. Until next time. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and tell everybody about this channel so they can come and we can let me love on them with this good food, and hopefully some wisdom will fall out at some point. Something that you guys can use, and I'll be looking for nuggets from you guys too. If you have any tips on how this dish could have been better, let me know below in the comments. And yeah, that's it. See you next time.